What is up, everybody? My name is Justin French, covering music for those who care, and welcome to a new episode of Ranked in Peace. Outdoor edition? Anyways, for those of you who are new to the channel, this is basically my weekly ranking series where I rank a band or artist's worst or weakest album to their best. And since this band has a new album coming out this Friday, I thought, why not give them some attention? Attention. And in case you didn't get the joke, that band happens to be Shinedown. Sorry, I'm walking my dog, so if I'm moving funny, just a little disclaimer. But yeah, fun fact, Shinedown have released a lot of singles and all of them have hit the top 5 in the Billboard mainstream rock charts. That's a pretty interesting fact about Shinedown. And Shinedown are also a band that I really enjoy majority of their material, although they do have a couple weaker records in their discography, but for the most part, I really do enjoy them. So let's go ahead and move on to my number 5 pick. So, unfortunately, coming in as my number 5 pick, I ended up picking the band's 4th album, Marella, back in 2012. And I actually picked up the record in Indiana, and I was really looking forward to hearing this album. But afterward, it just feels like generic radio rock, and it really doesn't do anything to really add to Shinedown's discography. There's nothing that's like, you know, wow, that was amazing. It just feels like the same Shinedown. Now, some tracks I really did enjoy off this record are Bully, which I've seen a lot of people give hate for that song, but for me, I really do enjoy that one. Enemies is a pretty heavy one. It's actually the Raw theme song for those of you who don't know. And Through the Ghost is a pretty interesting album closer, but everything else, it's okay. I'd skip it. So let's go ahead and move on to my number 4 pick. Coming in as my number 4 pick, I ended up picking the band's last studio album before Attention comes out, and that would be Threat to Survival. Now, two of the main problems I have with this record is that I just feel like it's too polished for a Shinedown record, number 1, and 2, it just feels a bit more mainstream than the rest of the records. And I think that it really does have a really good lead off with Asking For It and Cut the Cord being two of the heavier cuts that we got off of this record. And Black Cadillac is a pretty interesting song too. And then you have other cuts on this record like Misfits, which I don't really come back to. How Do You Love is okay, it's nothing really interesting. And then State of My Mind, which feels like an electro pop Selena Gomez Come and Get It ripoff. So yeah, that's pretty much why it's coming in at number 4. So let's go ahead and move into my number 3. Coming in as my number 3 pick was actually my least favorite album from this band for the longest time, and that happened to be Us and Them, which came out in 2005. Now, originally, I was not too big a fan of the sound of this record, but I think what had really sparked my interest in going back to this record was that someone from class in theater arts had actually brought in The Dream, the opener to that album, as a bell ringer and wanted us to kind of interpret that song. So, and I did find that one to be very interesting, so I kind of went back to other songs on this record like Your Majesty, Trade Yourself In, the singles I Dare You, Save Me, and even Atmosphere are really, really nice and heavy tracks here on this record. And Beneath the Sun is a really underrated ballad from Shinedown, in my opinion. So anyways, let's go ahead and move into my number 2 pick. Coming in as my number 2 pick, I ended up picking the band's 2003 debut record, Leave a Whisper. And there are 2 cuts I really don't come back to as much here on this record, such as Burning Bright and In Memory. But besides those 2 tracks, man, did this album deliver as a debut record. I really love going back to tracks such as the opener, Fly on the Inside, really heavy track. And then you have the album's closer, 45, one of the first Shinedown records I had even heard of. And other cuts on here like Left Out and Stranger Inside really mix the barriers between nu metal, hard rock, and post-grunge. And I just really think this was a great way to really lead this band's career. So anyways, now that we've gotten those records out of the way, the only question is, what's number 1? So there's only one Shinedown album I haven't talked about yet, and that would happen to be the band's Magna Opus, in my opinion, 2008's The Sound of Madness. And this has everything I love about Shinedown in an album. Great musicianship and really, really beautiful lyrics. I love some of the storytelling here on this record on tracks like The Crow and the Butterfly, one of the best singles Shinedown has released to date. And Call Me, probably my favorite Shinedown song. it just really helped me through my grandfather's passing last year, so that's what really makes it special for me, at least. And then you have other cuts on this record that are kind of a bit overplayed, but at the same time I still enjoy them. Second Chance and If You Only Knew, and other album cuts too, Devour and Sound of Madness. And then some of the other songs that I feel like don't get as much recognition as they should are tracks like What a Shame, Cry for Help, and Cyanide, Sweet Tooth, Suicide. Really great tunes on that record. And that's why it's my favorite Shinedown record. Anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts on Shinedown's discography. Where would you rank all of their albums? Definitely comment in the comment section down below. And anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you all for watching this video. As always, thanks to Infinity on Hannah for these awesome designs. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click right over there to catch up on more content on this channel. If you want to see a previous video that I did, you can click right over there to see that video. And if you want to follow any of my social media links, they are linked down at the bottom. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you soon.